Hello and welcome to Raw Podcast with myself, Kugan Cassius. This week it is the return of Prince Patel. Prince, how are you today?
I'm great, but you're feeling even better because Prince Patel's here to save iFLTV, to get them all important posse and views that you're lacking recently.
Okay, we're going to move very swiftly on from that comment. Let's kind of backtrack over the last sort of 10 months. It's been an interesting 10 months for you. Let's start with December. Obviously, you claiming the IBO bantamweight title. The first ever Indian to win the IBO title, world title.
Proved something, done something that was meant to be impossible. Because obviously, if someone told you through an operation where there was a 0 success rate, you probably wouldn't do it, would you? But I stuck by it, I believed in myself. I remember the comments that people were putting on the channel saying, even on your channel, saying that he needs to give up on trying to become the first Indian world champion because he's not good enough. Obviously, he was good enough, proved everyone wrong, and become world champion. First of my heritage to do so, first of my ethnicity to do so, and 1 in a billion, literally.
Okay, you no longer hold that title. You held it for a period of time, I believe, of around 5 months. So do you want to talk to me about
that? To be honest, it's an achievement I spent my whole life trying to do, but you know when you see like a 10 out of 10 and like some of you guys have to go on like multiple dates to try and smash. I'm like 1 or 2 dates maximum. I smash. Once I do, I kind of get bored. And having the world title didn't really mean it. It was great winning it, but once I'd done it and I had it, it's like, it's used goods now, isn't it? On to the next one.
Can I just throw in a counter here to your IBO title win? And I just want to point out there's been a lot of big names in boxing that have held that IBO title. There are a proportion of people out there that don't regard the IBO as a full world title. What do you think about that?
Well, I think they're idiots. If you look at Alexander Usyk, he literally pays the sanctioning fees for the belt. He's the undisputed heavyweight world champion. Also, Tyson Fury paid sanctioning fees to fight for the belt when he lost to Usyk. These are some of the biggest names in boxing. Even Daniel Dubois, when he fought Usyk and quit in, I think, round 8, he paid sanctioning fees as well. So even Anthony Joshua, AJ, and there's a lot more stuff can be said about AJ later on in this, but he paid the sanctioning fees for the belt. So did Andy Ruiz, all these elite big names. Klitschko's did. Christopher Eubank Jr., a very great fighter managed by a good friend of mine, Mazar Majid, and he's got the belt now. He has the belt now, 3-time world champion. Some achievement.
So do you believe your quest then of becoming world champion, that part of it, of your life and your boxing career, is now done and ticks over, that part?
Absolutely. I've packed on 6 weights worth of girth, and now I'm campaigning at 147, where I'm after the big names, the household names. That's what I'm after.
We'll come on to that in a second. So, after your IBO title win back in December...
IBO.
IBO.
I don't know what an RBO is.
I said IBO, you repeated.
I said IBO, you said RBO just then. I said IBO.
Okay.
Yes, make sure.
We'll move on from that as well.
English as a second language is obviously a struggle for Kugan, so I'm just helping you here.
What's my second language?
English, your first language is Tamil. So I'm glad that the viewers know that if they hear any errors, it's due to the language.
You do know I was born in Chelmsford, yeah?
I thought he was born in Lanka. Sri Lanka now? Colombo? No?
I was born in Chelmsford, in Essex, Chelmsford in Essex.
Didn't come out of the house of a household that spoke just Tamil, right? Am I correct in saying that? Okay, I am correct in saying that.
But my first language is English. But anyway, I just thought I'd point that out, yeah.
Okay, I'm glad your first language was English. So was mine. It's great.
It was and still is, yeah.
Oh, good for you, man. It's great. It's great stuff.
The IBO title win back in December. Did you find that your life changed at all after claiming this strap?
I made it to The Sun, you know, the Sun newspaper. They put me in their online article. But to be honest, no media outlets really pushed out and wanted to interview me. BKM did, but he's just cool with everyone. No one really cared. But I cared. my goal's fulfilled. If I want to do something, I go out and do it. Like, I don't have to seek validation of people. I know what I achieved, I know what I've done. I'm the first Indian to win a Commonwealth title, first Indian to win a world title. Everything I said to you 9 years ago, well, nearly 9.5, nearly 10 years ago now, was true. I said I was the best. I am the best. Who do you know, Kugan, who could jump up 6 weights? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 weights and still knock people out? Who does that in the space of like 5 months? Who can do that? Me. So I'm special. Needs.
Okay, so you've had, what, 33, 34 fights now?
34 and 1, 29 KOs.
And how would you describe the calibre of opponents that you faced throughout that whole 34 fight career?
I'd say to win a world title, to get to the big dance, you've got to be an elite. So to beat someone who had 2 WBC international titles, unbeaten, never tasted defeat, had beaten guys that had fought for world titles as well, and for me to dispatch of him inside the distance, tells you I fought some elite guys. I fought some very good guys, and he'd probably go on to do something himself, maybe win a world title one day. But obviously, if you're going up with the great one, if you're going one-on-one with the great one, you're always going to fall short in every aspect.
Okay. So, that part of your career is now done. You are now fighting, or going to be fighting, have been fighting at 147 pound now.
Exactly. It's an old school weight. It's an old school weight. It goes back to the 1800s. It's one of the most popular weights. I could do all the super lights and super feathers and super world, but I thought 147, there's been some respectable world champions in there, some household names. And who's to say I can't become a 2-weight world champion?
Who's to say?
Exactly. People doubted me before. They didn't think it was possible for someone of my origin to win a world title. I made it possible. Single-handedly making it cool to be Indian. Single-handedly made it cool for Indian men to brown witches. Single-handedly. So if you see Indian guys with white girls, I made it cool for that to happen. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Going back to you talking about the media didn't really kind of give you exposure after your IBO title win. Do you not think that your relationship with the media is in keeping with that over the years? Like, have you even had one really?
I've never really had anything with the media before, like boxing YouTube, because my whole career is self-promoted on boxing YouTube channels. So whatever YouTube channel that, normally they're boxing channels, they do interviews with me, and the viewers at home seem to like what they see. The women definitely like what they see, and they tune in, Kugan. Every time I'm on your channel, the numbers do well. They've always done well. We're dating back 9.5 years to now. I go on the channel gets some new subs, they get some new viewing figures. The amount of women that tune in, you told me this before, when you check the analytics, the women that tune in, the old and goldies of all ages, above 18, of course, we ain't like certain people, but above 18, so even...
Hold on, sorry. Yeah, I can check specific analytics of male to female ratios, but specifically after one of your interviews, can I tell how many women have actually watched that?
Yeah, I would, yeah, and normally... You told me before, it's like 90%.
Did I tell you before?
Yeah, you told me before. It might be you or the, I don't know if I can say his name. He used to work for the channel. James, Big James.
Right.
He told me that 90% of them are women, enjoying themselves.
I mean, I don't know if that's accurate. I definitely didn't tell you that, so maybe he told you that, I don't know.
Well, if you was a woman, Kugan, and you could tune in to watch someone like Flabby Clark or Amir Khan or, I don't know, Isaac Slow or someone like that, who would you tune in? Like, if you're clicking the thumbnail, you're scrolling through a website, let's say, who are you going to click on?
I'm not in that situation, so I really can't make comment on that, but...
What I will say is I'm a very big hit in the Tamil Nadu community. Yeah, they love it.
Where did you get that statistic from?
Tamil Nadu girls that are messaging me, wanting to get closer to the great one.
Interesting. So, your whole career is being built around or on YouTube interviews, has never really kind of triggered onto the mainstream. And whose fault is that? Is that their fault or is that your fault?
Their fault, completely. If you've got a guy who can generate views, and remember, the boxing world's like a small 1% of the population. If you could get me to the mainstream, that's gold. That's gold. I'm changing people's lives. Think of the amount of people that would take up boxing due to seeing me on the mainstream. I'm one of the funniest fighters alive today, one of the funniest people alive today, and one of the best looking. That's the key thing. Now, women's boxing, I said this before, is doing extremely well. Yeah, it's getting pushed, it's getting plugged. But how many of them women have took up boxing because they watched an old IFL video and thought, fancy an Indian tonight? Do you get what I'm saying? I've inspired a whole gender to take up boxing.
According to you, you've got no real proof to verify this, have you?
Just look at the aesthetics.
No, I'm just saying this is according to your own opinion. That's what you're basing this on your own opinion.
Kugan, I want you to show this image they can see now to 10 girls. And I want smash or not. And I guarantee you all 10 say yeah.
Okay. Maybe there's something that you should do as a project. I doubt I'm going to go out looking to do this. It's a bit weird, mate.
What's this project you want me to help you?
No. The project of you going out and seeing whether people.
Okay. Do you want to join Brown Worldwide? We're recruiting. It's meant to be good-looking brown fellas, yeah. Obviously, you're not quite good-looking, but you are brown. You make up for it with the brownness, and it's basically a whole image brand about brown guys in a positive motion. Does that make sense?
I'm good. Whatever it is, I'm good.
But we guarantee there will be a lot of hot white girls around us. So if you're not doing well sexually, Kugan, and we know you love the posse and views, we can help you.
Thank you for the offer, but I decline.
Willing to do the sever for another brown fella to help him indulge in the finer things in life.
For the third time, I'm good, but thank you anyway.
Okay.
Thank you anyway.
I'm glad you're good. You must be doing better sexually now than what I remember before. So I'm happy for you, Kugan. It's good stuff.
Okay, let's move on from there. So moving forward with you talking about yourself should be on the mainstream. But we've had this conversation for the last 9 years on and off. So you haven't really done anything to change that, have you? You've waited for that situation to just resolve itself, but really you haven't changed anything about yourself in that way.
I had I think a 15-month layoff. No, it was longer than that actually. November to 18-month layoff. I had loads of meetings with different promoters. Basically, I had my time wasted. They don't particularly care. So what I've done now is, what Brown Worldwide have done now, is we've gone to the TV directly. And now our next show is going to be on the Zone. You're going to be able to see me fight at 147, knock someone out at 147, put myself in the world rankings, IBF, WBA, and at 147, we've gone to TV directly. And when we put it to them, they were like, "This is gold. Why haven't we done this before?" I was like, "You tell me why." And then it happened.
So can you indulge in any more of what's going to be happening in the next 2 or 3 months with yourself?
I'm going to knock someone out in the most brutal...
Fighting aside.
Fighting aside. Yeah. The fight's on the Zone.
Right.
Going to be knocking someone out on the Zone. Going to be getting that all-important posse and views for the Zone.
Okay. That's good. So finally, of you wanting mainstream exposure on a big broadcast channel like the Zone, you're finally getting that after 30 odd fights.
Yeah, finally. But the way I look at it, Kugan, is I should be on TV. I've proven why I should be on TV. You get fighters who get signed, they get pushed, they get beat, blah, blah, blah. I deserve TV. People like Ben Shalongs and Frank Warrens and the Edward Hearns and that, they should be bowing their heads in humble gratitude. They should be looking at me. You're the man that become a world champion with Indian origin. Look at the market I could break into. Frank tried it with Vijender Singh, and that guy absolutely sucks. Singh sucked. He was crap. I have a friend called Tony Banch, who I spar on a regular basis. Tony would beat him. Tony would beat him easy. There's no Indians out there apart from me and Tony on the side that can fight. None of them can fight. I see loads of them. There was one that was fighting on Boxer. He sucked. He worked in a corner shop as well. What was his name? Dilpreet Chimas or something? He was crap, bro. So when you got someone like me who can just win, you should be pushing me on TV because you're guaranteed wins. You don't even have to worry about like, oh, is he gonna win? No, I win. And I still fuck bitches. Because I can. Big difference.
Why haven't you fought any British opponents?
Talking about, I have before, early on in my career, but talking about British opponents, there's a gentleman called Amir Khan. He's constantly calling for a 48 or 49-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Why don't we fight? You're South Asian, I'm South Asian. You're regarded as the greatest Pakistani fighter. I am the greatest Indian fighter, first Indian Commonwealth and world champion. Let's get it on. I don't particularly like his kind of people, and I'm pretty sure he don't like my kind of people.
So, Prince, are you telling me that you are pushing or possibly angling towards a potential fight with Amir Khan?
Absolutely. He's already tried, when I fought in Saudi before, to do an India v Pakistan. He brought Niraj Goyat, who barely spoke any English, and absolutely sucks. I can verify that. He sucks. He's not a good boxer. So what he tried to do was he tried to pick one of the weaker Indian guys, and he wanted to lay the smackdown on them. I don't like that. That's bullying. Try lay the smackdown on me. You can't do that. You have no chin. It's proven. Bradis Bumcott knocked you out. Kell Brook destroyed you. And that was a fight you only took because I believe you're broke. That's why you was tweeting stuff about, does anyone know any good lawyers that will help me for a case? Because you're broke. In the words of Carl Froch, you took the fight with Kell Brook because you needed the money. You needed the money. That's why you took the fight with Kell Brook. And you got beat up. Whilst on the gear. Whilst on that Ryan Garcia shit. That Austrian, that's Psalms. So while you were on Psalms, you got Special Cade by Kell Brook. So yeah, why don't you fight me?
Respectfully, why would Amir Khan fight you? Why would he do that? He's been retired for, over 2 years now. Yeah. Why would he fight you?
Because
what's in it for him to fight you?
I'm going to say, okay, he tried to get Manny Pacquiao to fight him. He was like 50 years old. He's half a century years old. That guy's old enough to be my dad. That could be my dad that he's trying to fight there, Manny Pacquiao. Do you see what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao is a legend to the sport. Iqbal Kant is not a legend to the sport. Yeah, he's the sort of fella that sits on Skype knocking one out. And I don't know what he was knocking one out to. It could have been referring to some of the tweets he had up before. I don't know what he was knocking one out to. I'm not really going to get into that because I've already been told off by Cougs. But yeah, I want to fight him. India, Pakistan. He's meant to have got some Pakistan captaincy award bullshit crap. No one wants that. I wouldn't want that crap. If they offered it to me, I wouldn't want that. I'm proud Indian. He's supposed to be a proud Stani. Let's get it on. Us against them.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose admire your enthusiasm to this, but the likely chances of this happening...
It's ancestral beef. It's a fight that should happen, and it's a fight that will do huge numbers. It will do huge numbers. It's over 1 billion people in India. There's about 300 million in Pakistan. Imagine him getting knocked out in front of every single one of them by another South Asian. A South Asian that actually had to work and get to where he got, rather than just get constant TV opportunities, and he still suck. And he's still getting knocked out. If he fights KSI, he gets knocked out. KSI is the bigger, girthier guy, but if he knocks him out. Fights me, he gets knocked out even worse. I'm faster, more explosive. Because if you actually watch the Kell Brook fight, there was no speed. The only thing he did have before was he had sensible fast hands. You got no speed now. You definitely got no chin. You never had a chin. And I'm a very big puncher, Kooks. And if I had to punch him head or body, he'll have bent legs.
Who else are you targeting in this new weight class of yours, 147?
Personally, I don't particularly like Conor Benn. I don't like his ugly brother, Harvey Benn. I don't like him either. Both of them. I'd love a handicap match against both of them. I don't like Conor. Just talking about Khan saying guys have been given stuff given to them. Conor's had everything given to him. He's had the best training team, one of the best promoters in the world in Eddie Hearn, constantly getting pushed, constantly getting plugged, the elite sponsors, all that sort of bullshit. I did the hard way. I was blackballed, blacklisted. I still am blackballed, still am blacklisted, and he got blacked. I nearly got blacked myself by a certain someone, a very large black individual in this game. I nearly got blacked. I had to jump out of a car window. So yeah, enough of that. Back to the Conor one. He's had everything given to him. He was given his promoter tried to pay the European champion to vacate. Can you believe that? What kind of a man would you be to win a title after you got the champion to vacate? What kind of a man would you be? And this is a guy whose career highest achievement is a WBA continental title. We've all seen my belts. We've all seen them, IBF Intercontinentals, WBA Intercontinentals, WBO Globals, getting out of breath, WBO Europeans, WBO Africas, IBF Continentals, IBF Internationals, Commonwealth, the official ABU title, which is the African title, and a world title. And I had no backing. I just had Indian girth. That's what I had. You've had everything given to you. You're chasing the Eubank fight. You probably will get the Eubank fight. You don't deserve the fight. I have my reasons. But yeah, I want to fight him. He's number 3 with the IBF at 147. I'm going to be top 15, possibly top 10 after the brutal knockout I do in less than a month on the zone. I would like to fight him. World title eliminator, something like that.
Okay.
Who's he beat? In his last two opponents, who's he beat? I tried to go on BoxRec. I didn't know their names. One of them's called Rodaldo or something. I can't even pronounce his name. These are geezers. I can't even pronounce their names. He's fighting guys, me as an English-speaking person, couldn't even pronounce their names. And I'm a very educated brown man. Dr. Patel, the pussy operator. A very educated brown man. And I couldn't even pronounce these names.
So, Amir Khan's on the list. Conor Benn's on the list. Who else is on the list?
Harvey Benn? Yeah, that guy. The really, really ugly one. He's quite fat, chubby. Sounds a bit weird. Yeah, he ain't boxed for a while. He got beat up by an Indian brother called Faizan Anwar. And obviously, Faizan was ready. So I remember seeing some bullshit face of, "You're not ready, you're not ready." I was like, "You weren't ready, fat boy, you got beat up. You can't fight." So yeah, both of them. Like, either one of them. Yeah. But do you remember when Nigel once said in an interview, he was like to Eubank, "Oh, who's he fighting? Another Sanchez, another this," referring to South American opponents. Conor's fought a lot of South American people. And when he was dissing Christopher Eubank Sr., a guy who had 19 world title fights and beat him, his son's trying to do the same shit he was doing, but obviously ain't good enough. Hence why he's had no world title fights. Obviously, he ain't ready, in the words of Harley Benn, because you're not ready. You know what I'm talking about when I'm saying that as well. That was a joke. That's embarrassment. That's the sort of shit that he thinks people want to see. No one wants to see that shit. Ever.
So, 3 names on the list potentially for 2012.
I don't know if I can mention him.
Is there anyone else on this list that you're targeting for next year, Prince?
It's 147s. 1 second. Who are you talking about? Oh, Misfits. My co-founder of Brown Worldwide said I should be targeting Misfits. So, Anthony Taylor, these sort of idiots. Who are the other guys on that? I don't even know. Who is on Misfits? The tag team guys. Me and you. Yeah. we got a tag team. We got Brown Worldwide. Yeah. There's some tag team guy, one of them some journeyman from Mexico. To be honest, in that tag team, I wouldn't even need Tony. I could just go in.
We're going to bring Tony in a minute, right?
Let's have you as the special guest referee. Let's bring some real drama. Come on, mams. Cougars, Ramanathan, Cassius as the special enforcer for the match. Your tag team champions against me and my Girth. Let's do that. Girth matters. In Girth we trust.
Let's bring in Tony, actually. Come and sit down, Tony. Hello, Mr. Banj. How are you?
I'm good, Coos. How you doing, man?
All good. You've been listening to Prince Patel's pretty much a monologue that's been taking place over the last half an hour. Some will be aired, some won't be. But you're up for that? Misfits, you two on a tag team?
Definitely. That's easy work for us, man. We'll smash them up.
Okay. How realistic is this a possibility? Have you spoke to Mem Stone about
I
this?
spoke to Mams personally, and he said, look, he goes, I'd love to have you. Let's build the profile, build a fight up, and let's get you boys on, man.
Now, you two are actually fighting on the same show, which is November the 24th?
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so tell people, obviously you said it was going to be on the zone, but where is it taking place?
It's taking place in Accra, Ghana, Azuma Nelson Stadium. It's called Buckham Arena. Prince is headlining the show. I'm co-main event. And yeah, man, I'm fighting for some decent titles on there. We've got good opponents to fight. And we've got to bear in mind, we started it started as Platinum Punch and rebranded to Brown Worldwide. And bro, like, we've got television, we've got the song, we've got everything. Like, we've worked really hard and built this up really quick. A lot of what we've done in like such a short space of time, not a lot of people could do. So yeah, man, like, really excited and good things on the horizon.
Do you want to add to that?
You got a 3 hour slot on. You got a 3 hour slot on the zone. What I was really gonna do was just do my fight, re-air my fight, re-air my fight, re-air my fight. People like knockouts. They want to see knockouts.
So, Misfits a possibility. If you're having talks, then let's see how that pans out. Actually, for Misfits, you two actually in a tag team would be relatively entertaining to watch, I would say. So, yeah, I'll be all for that. But for yourself, Tony, any names that kind of come?
There's a few people I would like to fight, actually, and I've been game to fight them for a while. I did try and make the fight happen in the past, but they just completely dismissed it. Truthfully, Prince is the best Indian fighter, but the Indian fighter who's getting the most like publicity and getting pushed the hardest is a fighter called Niraj Goyat, and he was meant to fight Amir Khan. Now, if him and Khan do get a fight on, or even if they don't, I think me versus Niraj is a great fight. That's something that, if he's fighting on Netflix, to cross the dude.
0-1, by the way.
I know that's a joke.
0-1.
That's a joke.
On a Jake Paul card. So when you say like people, some of the British viewers might not know who he is. The Indian ones would. He's fighting at 0-1. An 0-1.
And he's a 3-time WBC Asia champion.
If that belt means anything, yeah. He's 3-time Asia. Yeah. Some bullshit, yeah. Because David Hay, the Haymaker, once told me the only belt that counts is a world title. He goes, fuck Commonwealths, fuck Europeans, fuck British, fuck all that bullshit. Because the only one that counts is a world title. Because if you can't call yourself the best, what are you?
Bro, stop fucking up my fight. This is my turn to make my fight happen.
He said that in the gym. You was there.
I know, but I'm trying to promote my fight right now. Yeah, I need to get this guy in the ring, like, to make that happen. I'm more than happy to do that. Like, can we get this fight on? The other guys I would like to fight is there's a guy called Anthony Taylor, comes out dancing, like he tries to copy Ultimate Warrior. There's only one Ultimate Warrior, bro, right here. Yeah. So you get in the ring and I'll lay the SmackDown. Was it SmackDown? It was on. What was it? It was old before that, wasn't it? Anyway, you will get sorted out, bro. Like, I'll fix you. Bloody fixing. Yeah, you get fixed properly. Who else? There was another guy. Who's the guy you tried shit stir get me a fight with? Oh, you always try and shit stir get me in a fight. Okay. Let me think. Yeah. Could do Vijinda Singh. Singh v Singh. Which Singh is king? I know I'm the king. I'll smash him up. That's a good fight. He tried to promote that earlier.
He's fighting Singh's, one of Singh's opponents in his next fight. Okay. At super middle. Yeah.
So I've jumped up 2 weights to fight this guy. If I bloody fixing him, yeah, you need to bloody give me a fight, mate. In regards to them are sort of the names I want, the bigger names, bigger fights. The small horse, I'm not interested in no small horse, York horse shit. Like I had fights offers and they were ridiculous. The money I make in like through my job and my business and everything, them fights can't even compete. So I'm not taking the time out of work to do them fights. I want these big fights. That's all I'm interested in. There's the 2 tag team champions on Misfits as well. There's a little blonde surfer boy and the other guy, innit?
What, the Pineda bullshit?
I don't know.
The one that Merv manages?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sucks, man.
They could get bloody fixing as well. They could be the first. We could just go through them like just boom, laying smackdown on everyone.
And I'd happily send Pineda back.
You can definitely tell I've been spending a lot of time with him from my first interview, innit?
Yeah, sounds a little bit better now, isn't it? It's not boring.
It's not boring. Yeah. PR was flipping shit.
You paid for that shit.
I know.
He for some bullshit PR.
In all fairness,
I trained hard.
I did get on some mainstream TVs. They blackballed you, so did get me on some, but they didn't do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
but never mind that. We're making moves now.
You're here with Cougars, Ram A. Nathan, because of me.
The main interviewing guy in boxing.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
The biggest interview in boxing.
The viewing figures are struggling though. I'm not gonna lie. At the moment, the viewing figures, it's not looking good, bro. But that's why I'm here. I'm doing God's work. I'm doing the Sever.
Did you mention Brown Worldwide?
Obviously, Brown Worldwide.
Specialising in boxing management, boxing promotion, security, and what was the other thing?
Companionship.
Yeah, I sell him to ladies, obviously.
Wow.
Okay, all right. Well, look. Okay, listen. I'm going to wrap this, right? I think. Listen, just for complete clarity, yes, there are segments that will have to be cut out, and would, by the time you listen to this, everyone, that have been cut out. If Mr. Patel wants to air those thoughts on another platform, you're more than welcome to, just not on IFL.
I've got a question here. A few years ago, my head was going to get caved in by someone. Now that I've packed on some girth, do you want to do a Misfits fight?
Do I want to do a Misfits fight?
With me?
Absolutely not. No.
I thought a year was going to come out. I thought a year was going to come out.
I said I was going to cave your head in because you were disrespectful about a certain situation. Yeah. And I don't care if you're a welterweight or a heavyweight or a bantamweight, I would have still said the same thing, Mr. Patel. I'm respectfully.
The way he's grabbing that microphone, bruv, you need to...
grab my cock like that.
I'm about to hit you with a Hanuman hammer.
Which God in the past now, isn't it?
Yeah. Which God do you pray to?
I'm a passionate Sikh.
Okay.
But I need to know this.
I'm a Hindu.
Yeah, but that's cool.
I'm a Hindu. Several gods.
Several gods. Shiva.
So he really could do the Hanuman hammer.
He probably could.
He really could.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm frightened to even ask if there's anything else you'd like to say because it's gone so badly. This whole... Go on.
Anyone at home that wants to join the Church of Girth, Brown Worldwide, direct message me. We can work out monthly subscriptions and you could join the church. Get valuable advice off me, the Auntie Annihilator, the Guru of Girth, the Messiah of Mass.
Push the t-shirts in production.
Oh yeah, and we got some real good t-shirts in production. Do you want me to? I was actually going to wear it today, but I knew he was going to do it like chest up so they wouldn't be able to see it. Yeah. So we've got some real good merchandise that's coming out and you guys want to be purchasing. Definitely.
Okay, Prince Patel, Tony, thank you very much for appearing on Raw Podcast. Again, viewers, this is not the unedited version. This has been edited. A lot of stuff has been cut out of this for complete clarity. But thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next week. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Guys, thank you very much for your time. It's much appreciated.
I want you guys to comment, like, and subscribe because Kugas is struggling. Kugas is struggling at the moment. We want to get him to hit that
I'm not struggling. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. In the words of Castillo, buy the merch, guys. Buy the merch.
I'd fight Castillo. Heavy hair match.
What, loser shaves the hair?
In the ring. In the ring.
That's
loser.
not looking good, bruv. That's
for him. Good, for him. He's really got a hairline back there. His hairline.
Guys, thank you very much. We'll see you, speak to you, hear from you next week. Thank you.